All right, welcome back, Faith FM. We're in the studio, but we are crossing actually
across the waters,
across
the world,
the planet.
Yeah,
we're going all the way to lovely England, in sunny Manchester, picturesque Manchester, where our dear brother Clive Coutet is in the studios. Brother, how are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. I can't say that it's sunny in Manchester, but I'm doing great.
That's beautiful. That should be a good title for a book. It's not sunny in Manchester. Ooh.
Do you support Manchester United?
I do. Yeah.
Yay! We can be friends. I thought, this is. Sorry.
I'm probably about 10 minutes away from the stadium.
Oh.
Stop. Oh.
We were in London with my family a few years ago, and everyone was like, "Are you gonna go see a game?" But we were in London.
It's expensive though to go see a game. It's not cheap.
I know.
Good luck trying to get a ticket as well.
Are there games on in January? That's when we were there.
Yeah.
Is that the season?
Yeah.
There's games on from August all the way up to May.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
And then the FA Cup.
That'll be the next time we're in England.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Now, Clive, we could, by rights, spend a monster amount of time talking about football, but we got to keep it real. We got to keep the faith up here, brother. We got to get to the nitty gritty. Now, you're working on a particular project which is so important for, let's say, all Protestants, all of us who appreciate and acknowledge the Reformation. Now, could you just share that with our listeners? What it is that you're working on?
So I'm working on a project called Lineage, where probably about 6 months ago, I spoke to my youth director here in the North England Conference.
Was that Fuller?
We're really good. No, that's Adam Ramden.
Okay.
Fuller's the South England Conference.
Righto,
this is
of
Adam
course.
Ramden. And we were speaking, and we had been putting devotionals out every Friday. That we call them Sabbath devotionals. We got speakers from all around the world just to record a message on their iPhone.
Wow.
And would play it every Friday for the youth. And we knew that the 500-year anniversary was coming up, and I spoke to him and I said, why don't we do something different? Why don't we do something on the Reformation? Once a week, a video on the Reformation. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. So I was like, yeah, let's just do London. It's down the road. So much stuff for the Reformation happened in London. Let's just cover London. So from London, that grew to Scotland, that grew to Wales, which grew to, Europe.
Wow.
And so on. So this project sort of just exploded. And
are we in the wrong conference here, Michael?
Yeah, maybe.
You talk about all these countries, and I'm like, I want to go there. How cool!
It's been intense. It's been a lot of traveling over the last 3 months. But we currently have about 40 episodes filmed.
Whoa!
How long is each episode, Clive?
Each episode is 3 to 5 minutes. That's our target.
Oh, wow.
We want to make this really, really short.
Yeah, so snippets.
Exactly. Snippets on these places. So we're trying to make it a bit evangelistic as well.
Windows.
That is so good.
Windows into the Reformation.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Wow.
The way that trends of social media is running these days, attention spans are quite low. So if you put a 30-minute video out, automatically people aren't going to watch it.
Yeah.
So we decided to put all that information, crunch it down into 5 minutes, and have an appeal at the end, a call to action for young people. We have a saying, as young people, we like to see what people talk about. And we've spent so many years reading books on, great controversy and so many other things. We've been reading them, but we never have a visual of these places.
Yeah.
So Lineage is about bringing Lineage is about bringing a visual to all these places, but in a bite-sized format.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, because this is I'm a youth pastor here, Clive, and that's one of my biggest things. I was even talking to my admin girl yesterday. I was like, there's not enough stuff on YouTube and all that. That's just a condensed version of the gospel or Christianity or whatever. Everything's either like an hour and a half long or it was made 20 years ago, so I'm so excited about this. This sounds like such a good project.
Exactly. It's been super fun to film as well. We've been managed to see all the sites and take it all in.
I'm so, I wouldn't say jealous or envious, but I
am. I'll admit that.
At this particular point, I'm thinking like, well, if it wasn't for the fact that I got family, I would pack a very, very small backpack, mate.
Yeah.
and go gallivanting around because
This guy is like a history buff. Loves it.
I love it. Traveling to all these places which have been, sparks, little sparks that set Europe ablaze and then basically just set the world on fire, transforming the medieval mindset of the Dark Ages into this illuminescence of the gospel.
And also for people in 2017 and 2018 and, further, to understand that what happened 500 years ago, it actually still makes a difference.
Oh,
you know
it's
what I mean?
important.
Like, it's not just lost in history. So
No.
It's definitely.
So, Clive,
definitely, and it's. Sorry, go on.
No, you go.
I was going to say it's been very interesting going to some of these places, and you can actually see that there's been a conscious effort to cover up what's happened.
Amen.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Even when you go to some of these places, you see that history has actually been changed, and you read stuff in certain books, and you go to these places, and they've changed words around to make them seem like they were different people. So it's really about bringing back what really happened, bringing back the truth, and making it digestible for the youth of today.
Cool.
Well, it's true, and I'm sorry, Priscilla, because you had a point to make.
I don't have a point. I have a question.
Sorry,
so if
please.
you want to,
I'll make a statement without it. Yeah. Sorry, Clive, because the bee in my bonnet, brother, is that the moves of let's say the ecumenical movement in general has under the guise of Catholicism, particularly, gone out of its way to literally say things like the Protestant Reformation is over. There is nothing to protest about. And, we should all be one under this one banner. And let me tell you, brother, not only is that folly and dangerous, but it's also heretical because we were given free choice, we were given free will, and we were given this blessed book to read and to absorb and then to share rather than have someone preach it and teach it to us and say, and that's the end.
Exactly.
Sorry, man.
And just touching on that, going to places like the Waldense Valley where you see these Waldenses and, some of the monuments there, talk about how they were heresies and how their whole belief system was heretical.
Yep.
So, it's a clear sort of agenda to try and wash away the history, the real stuff that happened.
Yes.
Clive, I wanted to ask, next year is the World Youth Conference or Congress in Germany.
Ooh.
Is this at all going to be... Is this going to feature at all in that? Is that something that... Because I know that the theme for the Congress is also Reformation.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if there's a link at all or anything like that?
Not at the moment, but if I'm very honest with you, a lot of churches this year and next year's themes are Reformation. And, and it's almost like, we've only had 7 episodes out so far. We've been starting since January, so the aim is to get one out each week by the end of the year. But already the feedback has been overwhelming. We've had, different Hope channels within Europe, within other countries who have begun translating them and airing them, across their countries as well. It's been played every single week in churches across England and even across the world. We've had people from Puerto Rico watching this stuff, and
you might be able to add Australia to that list after this interview.
I think you should, man. Hey, just is there any way we can link up with that? What's a direct link or a site we can go to?
So if you go to anything Lineage Journey, so youtube.com/Lineage Journey. Facebook.com/Lineage Journey, or the website, which is currently under development, which is lineagejourney.com. There is a holding page there at the moment, but there's a ton of information about the project there already.
Okay, beautiful.
So youtube.com/Lineage Journey, is that right?
Yeah, Lineage Journey, that's right.
And I just wanted to ask one more question before we wrap up. When you say we, who are you? Are you part of the conference, or do you have a local church, or what's that?
So I'm partnering with the NEC youth, the NEC conference,
North England conference,
the North England conference. It's come under the youth department. Adam Ramden, who's the presenter of these as well.
Okay,
he's actually the youth director.
Yeah.
But we also have a few other members. We have everywhere we go. We've been taking 360 video as well, so people can explore these historical sites in 360-degree video. So I've been carrying my dad with me everywhere to do the 360 video. Sometimes man. My wife also.
That's awesome.
We're also taking a photographer with us, Ashley Bloom, and we also have a sound a sound operator, a boom operator. His name is Anton Stewart. And finally, we have a close friend of mine called Jasper, who's traveled all the way from the Philippines over to Europe to film this with me.
His name is Jasper. That's cool enough.
Yeah.
So your team is putting this together, and we want to hear much more about it. But can we just go to a break for now? Is that okay, Clive?
Yeah, that's fine. No problem.
Stick around, guys. If you're listening, we're going to hear more about this journey. You're listening to Faith FM. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Faith FM here with Clive Coutet, who is all the way up in sunny England.
Up
away in sunny England, where they have 12, 13, 15, 20-hour summers.
Yes. I was there in the summer one time.
Mercy.
And it was like 11:30 or something.
Right,
or 11
the sun was
PM.
setting, and then the sun was up at 3, and I thought to myself, why are they doing this to me?
Hey, Clive, have you ever visited Australia before?
I have. I used to live there, actually.
Really? Whereabouts?
I lived in Melbourne, not far from Nick.
Well played.
Very cool.
Well done.
Melbourne's awesome.
I was 2 till the age of 4, and then we left.
Do you remember it?
I've been to Australia 6 or 7 times, so
is that right?
With it. Yeah.
Nice. That's so cool. So tell us more about this Lineage journey. Is there anything that maybe you've come across in the travels or anything like that where you've thought where it's been a highlight, or maybe just a really God experience or a God moment, or something that you're really excited about that you'd like to share?
Yeah, I think the one thing that really there's 2 places that really spring to mind. And there's a place called Iona. Now, in the Great Controversy, Ellen White speaks about an island called Iona where missionaries were trained. And that island is in Scotland.
Wow.
And we travel to that island.
Wow.
Basically from Manchester, it's a 7-hour drive up towards Scotland.
What?
Then you take a ferry, then it's another hour drive, and then you take another ferry. And you finally get to this island, which is really, really small. But on that island, they used to have a missionary training school where missionaries would be...
Oh, are you there? We've just had a bit of technical difficulties, but we'll be right back with Clive. He's just been talking to us about the journey that he's been on. Clive, are you still there?
Sorry, man.
Yay, you're back.
I'm still here.
Yay, look at that live recordings.
Just got cut out for a second there. So you're telling us about
missionary school.
The missionary school, yeah?
Yeah, so it was such a long journey to this place. And then we finally get there, and it's such a beautiful location. And just to see where people were trained for 18 years. Now, the iconic thing about this island is that it was a hub for the Celtic missionaries.
Wow.
And from this place, the people traveled to England, to France, to Germany, and basically spread the gospel across mainland Europe through this one little island. Wow. And it was a man called Columba that sailed to this island. He was originally from Ireland itself, the country Ireland. And his history basically came from the apostles. So the apostolic church basically gave him the message, and he traveled over to this beautiful island, and it was just amazing to be in that place and see the kind of things that were done there. I was privileged enough to go there twice. We went there the first time, and the shoot didn't quite work out, but I wasn't complaining because we got to go.
Yeah, what a good excuse to go back.
Yeah, exactly. And the second place is definitely the Waldense Valley. I mean, being up in the mountains in the Alps, in the middle of nowhere, and just seeing how these people lived, seeing how they went through their training schools, and some of these artifacts and some of these locations are still there today. And there's also another place in the Waldense Valley which was probably the most challenging shoot. The story goes, we haven't released this episode yet, but the story goes that a 4 o'clock alarm went off, and the Catholic army basically came into the Waldense Valley to try and kill some of the Waldenses because they were staying true to the Bible.
Yeah.
And what they did was they retreated up the mountain, and they eventually found them in the mountain, and they marched them up to the top of the mountain, and unless they recanted, they would throw them off the mountain.
No.
Yeah.
And we actually did the same hike. So the hike was 2 hours. So we went from the bottom all the way to the top to this exact location. We got a whole bunch of drone shots and all kinds of things in these places. And just to see the magnitude of what these Waldenses went through to stay true to the word was just amazing.
It is amazing, and to think
incredible.
that people mock or scorn a person's value system or a person's belief in their faith and in Jesus, and I suppose there's this clashing of juggernauts. I mean, the institutionalized religion versus, the people of or the keepers of the flame, as they were called. These
That's right, yeah.
These people who believed that every single word that came out of the scripture was truth and was life, and
they were going to die to protect it.
And they would die to protect it.
Yeah.
Well said.
That's
and
right.
they would commit memory. Guys, they would commit to memory. Like the whole scripture, not just like little verses. We have memory verses, and we congratulate ourselves on a
Jesus
memory
wept.
verse. Yeah, yes, Lot's wife. Yay, there's our memory verse. But these people, and as young as like 10 or 11, they would be like traveling merchants going from village to village, town to town, selling their wares, but then also preaching and teaching the gospel verbatim, which is just amazing.
And can I just ask, the Waldenses area, what country is that?
That's in Italy.
Italy.
Yeah, so it's northern Italy.
The Alps of
in
Italy.
In the Alps,
Wow. So you got to go to Italy too.
Oh, yes.
Do you want to like trade lives for about a month?
So I can reel the countries we've been to. So we've been to Scotland, Wales, England, France a numerous amount of times, Germany a numerous amount of times. We've been to Italy, Switzerland. We are due to go to Sweden and Sweden and Denmark in a few weeks.
Wow.
And the Czech Republic as well. And I
Wow.
think that's all the countries that we've been to so far.
Well, we're
It's
going
incredible.
to have to take you to Greece at some point. Make an excuse.
Well, we actually have one of our videographers who's been doing some stuff. Jasper, he's heading to Greece tomorrow to go get some stuff too.
Wow.
Brother, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, what moved you to really sort of put this, because obviously it wouldn't have been easy. I mean, as a concept, it's great, and I've got great ideas, brother. But you got limited resources, so I know that God is working for you. Like he's moving ahead of you, man, and he's covering you to do this work. But when was it that you had this moment of we've got to do something?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Probably about 4 years ago.
Oh, wow.
What a seed!
What a process.
So I had this. I had this on my heart about 4 years ago, but it never really came into anything. And then when the 400-year anniversary came, it's coming up. When they did the whole celebration thing in Sweden, the Pope and the Lutheran Church met up in Sweden.
Yes, they did.
I just thought to myself, it's time we hit back.
Wow.
It's time to do something. And I just contacted, my youth pastor, my youth director, and he is a man of knowledge. He doesn't stop reading, and he's a great guy. And I said, let's do this. You prepare the content, I'll take care of the video, and let's just make it happen. And to be honest, I'm actually thankful I didn't do it 4 years ago, because technology has advanced so much in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
There wasn't stuff like drones and gimbals and all the things.
How good is that to go and do a pan
drone
shot? Drone shot.
Exactly. So we've tried to make this a high production value so it appeals to young people.
Man.
It's so refreshing to hear that, because I think that there is such a need for the latest kind of technology.
Yeah, keep it
filming
fresh
and keep
it
it
real.
Yeah, and the 3 to 5 minutes. Bang on.
Perfect.
So good. Yeah. It's been awesome. Well, Clive, I'm so excited. I want to go and check out these videos and show them to our youth group. And it's going to be awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for the last few minutes.
We're going to praise God for your ministry too, man. Praise God for your ministry. Keep working, man.
We'll say goodnight because you're probably
go home.
Ready to go to bed now.
Go and love that family of yours,
as we are just starting our day. But like Michael said, God bless in this journey. And thank you for having a vision and actually relying on God to see it through.
Having the faith to do it.
Absolutely.
Praise
Hey.
God. Thank you so much, guys.
You're listening to Faith FM. We'll be right back.